Hello and welcome to another damn it. Let me start again. Hello and welcome to another episode of Mad Mondays with Patrick and Celeste.
Where our Mondays were so mad, we have to broadcast on Thursdays.
There's been a lot going on in the last couple of weeks of sport, and because we didn't have a session last week, there's a bit to talk about. So I'm going to hand over to Celeste, and she's going to start off with the tennis.
It'll be the last time we start off with tennis for a little while. So we'll talk about, obviously, the finals of the Australian Open. Controversy surrounded Victoria Azarenka in her women's final against Li Na from China. Azarenka's three-set victory came after Li Na had injured her ankle. In her semi-final, Azarenka took 2 consecutive injury timeouts, which doesn't happen very often, and they're looking at changing that now because she apparently had 2 injuries. But she was up against Sloane Stephens, the 19-year-old from America, who beat Serena Williams in her quarter-final match. She was sitting waiting for Azarenka for over 14 minutes because injury timeout's 7 minutes, I think. And after the match, in her after-match little interview with Sam Smith, she said that she felt like she had the choking thing and that's why she took the extra time out, which was not the best thing to say because she wasn't injured. She was just getting herself together, possibly changing momentum. That happens, try and psych the other player out. So she did not get a warm reception when she entered the court for her final, and didn't help that she walked onto court with a hood on, jumper with a hood on her head and earphones in, did not acknowledge the crowd, didn't smile, didn't wave, grabbed the flowers from the ball kids without even acknowledging and saying thank you. So I think close to booing was happening for her. Yeah. But Li Na always, I think Australia loves her. She got a big scream, a cheer, was so polite to the ball kids, grabbed the flowers. Yeah, so unfortunately it was like a game that involved injuries, but Azarenka won her second Australian Open title. And in the men's, Novak Djokovic won in 4 sets against Andy Murray. It's his 3rd consecutive Australian Open win. And he is the first man to win 3 in a row since it began in 1968. Yeah. This means 4 total Australian Open wins for him, which ties him with Roger Federer and Andre Agassi. But Djokovic is only 25, and when Federer won his 4 Opens, he was 28, and Andre Agassi was 32, so he's starting young, and it's good for him to be peaking. Well, hopefully he hasn't peaked too early and burns out, but I think he'll still be going for a little while.
No, he's definitely in some good form, looking pretty good.
And not really on-court news, but Bernard Tomic in trouble again, as always. Yeah, another car discrepancy, caught for speeding again, was it?
Yeah, done for speeding, I think, in the Gold Coast again, I believe.
Yes.
Just before he was about to head back over to his home in Monaco, so I think he only had 1 demerit point remaining from the last time he got done, so that was gone, and now I think he's lost his licence over here, but he's heading back over home to Monaco in the next couple of weeks, so I don't think it's going to have that much of an effect on him, by the sounds of it. So.
Yeah. Have you got some cricket news for us?
I do. The 17-man test squad for India was announced this morning with a few surprises. The inclusion of New South Wales all-rounder Steve Smith was announced in the squad, as well as Moses Henriques and Xavier Doherty being included as well. So pretty much same test outfit being except with those 2 included, and Usman Khawaja as well getting another crack. So and good to see James Pattinson back in that squad as well after injuring his side here in the Adelaide Test match. So good to see him back in. He played the last Sheffield Shield game with Victoria here in Adelaide, so he was looking in some good touch then.
We'd like to see two South Australians in there, two redbacks, Hughesy and Lyon.
Yeah, that's it. Hughes has been in some good form on the one days. He's knocked up another ton in the last one day against the Sri Lankans about a week ago now, and came back and made a ton in the Sheffield Shield. So he came here last weekend. So he's in some good form. So having him and Nathan Lyon in the squad again is good to see, and hopefully Lyon can take a few poles over in India on the turning wickets and prove to everyone that he's the number one spinner in Australia for a reason. So now, man, Shane Warne is back in the news again.
Always.
Yes, he came out to the other day and called the Australian selectors and the Australian sort of hierarchy Muppets, I believe.
What a term.
So he's never out of the news, that man. So he's also come out this morning and I believe he's brought out a document on his website saying that the coach Mickey Arthur needs to be replaced by former New Zealand captain Stephen Fleming, and also that the selection panel should be redone, and with keeping Rod Marsh, but bringing in Mark Ward, Damien Martin and Glenn McGrath rather than John Inverarity, Andy Bickle and Mickey Arthur, of course. So he's causing a bit of a stir.
Havoc as usual.
Again. Yeah, that's it. So it'll be interesting to see. I think he's just doing the pot. I think he just has to
wants some media attention. It's been a couple of weeks.
That's it. It's been a couple of weeks since the Big Bash has finished, and I think he just needs to get his name back in the spotlight again. But I don't see any problems with what the Australian Cricket Board are doing at the moment, and there's been a bit of conjecture with the rotation policy and sort of everyone being rotated through, and I think it's working at the moment, and Mickey Arthur seems to be doing a good job. So I don't see any reason, and he's only just been appointed, so I don't see any reason why they need to overturn him as coach right now. So, but yeah, so
big news of the week: John Cosmina quitting Adelaide United.
Just walked out on them.
Yeah, so it came after their 3-1 loss to Central Coast Mariners last Friday night. Even though they're currently sitting third on the ladder, which is all right, he decided to move on. Although it was all of a sudden, it came as no surprise to everyone, as over the last few months things haven't been running so smoothly at the club. According to the Australian, Cosmina lost support of some members of the board as well as in the dressing room. So assistant coach Mike Balkanis will be taking over, and his first match will be this Sunday at Hindmarsh Stadium against the Western Sydney Wanderers.
So he'll have a bit of home support for his first match, so that's good.
Hoping he can get him over the line.
Yeah, well, that's it. They've had a couple of losses in the last couple of weeks, so hopefully he can get him back on the winners list. So hopefully without Cozzy there to have that feud with
everyone.
Everyone. Might help them sort of concentrate on soccer a little bit more.
And the Tour Down Under finished. How did that wrap up?
Yeah, Tour Down Under came to a close on the weekend on Sunday. So they had young Tom Slakter from the Netherlands from Team Blanco was the overall winner. So he also won the young rider of the Tour jersey as well. So congratulations to him, and also the big news from the Tour Down Under is Andre Greipel. He's just a man-mountain.
Blown out of the water.
He just blew everyone out of the water with his sprints. He broke Robbie McEwen's sprint record. Wins record. He currently stood at 12, and Greipel started this tour with 11 and finished on 14. So had 3 stage wins during the tour, and so congratulations to him as well. And Javier Marino won the King of the Mountains jersey from Movistar, and Geraint Thomas won the sprint jersey from Team Sky as well. So it was good to see. Well, none of the Aussies finished in the top 10 in the overall classifications, unfortunately. Last year's winner Simon Gerrans won the stage on Australia Day, which was good to see.
Oh, that's good.
Something for the Aussie fans to cheer about, which was good. So so another 2 Down Under done for another year. And I guess we'll have
See you next year.
Yeah, that's it. We'll have to wait until next year. So
And last night was the fight between Anthony Mundine and David Gearley.
Yes, I heard that.
And talks earlier in the week said that Anthony Mundine planned to boycott the national anthem before the fight. Did you hear about that?
I didn't hear about that. But
he talked about turning his back during the rendition, or alternatively staging a sit-down during the anthem, which is complete disrespect. He was worried that, not worried, but he thinks that some people don't know the story of the anthem and how it was in the 1800s, put together by the Aboriginal people and their land, which I'm not 100% sure that that's accurate, because I think the national anthem was God Save the Queen before Advanced Australia Fair, so I'm not sure that he's got everything correct there, but it turns out that a late night push from the promoters convinced him to abandon his protest, luckily. He lost the fight anyway, so it was an all-round downer for him last night.
Wow. Is that twice now that he's lost? I reckon there was a fight between these two not that long ago.
Yes.
He lost last week as well. I don't know.
Have we got some footy to talk about?
We do. There's always footy news to go on about. Travis Boak has been named as the new captain at Port Adelaide, which is good for him.
Yeah.
And Brad Ebert also named as the vice captain, so a couple of young blokes taking
stepping
over
up
the reins. So Dom Cassisi stepping down and letting Travis Boak come through. Also young Geelong player Daniel Menzel's undergone his third knee reconstruction overnight, and is opted to have the last surgery this time. So hopefully he'll be back within about 3 months rather than the standard 9 to 12 months for a proper reconstruction. So good luck to him, and
hopefully he recovers.
Yeah, well that's it. He's a SA boy as well, so I always like to see the SA boys up and
doing well,
in the AFL. And also big news in the AFL in the last couple of days has been the big drug summit, where all the big wigs of the AFL have got together, and all the club representatives have got together in Melbourne and sat down with the AFL hierarchy and sort of discussed what the go is with all the drug rules and what they should change and what they should keep the same. So it's been talk of changing, alerting clubs after 2 strikes rather than 3, or even on the first strike, just letting the club know. At the moment it currently stands that only the club doctors are advised if there's been any positive tests for drugs.
Yep.
So there's been a lot of support for trying to change that, and I don't know. They haven't mainly changes as of yet, but hopefully we'll see some changes.
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
Yeah, I think there should be a few changes made, so we'll keep up to date with that and talk about it as things progress.
That's it.
And the 36ers have another match tomorrow night.
Yes.
They're back on a losing streak after their one win. They saw their game against the New Zealand Breakers the other week. Must have been 2 weeks ago. They kept up with them for most of the game, but then in the last quarter it just happened to blow out, unfortunately. So hopefully they do well.
Yeah, hopefully.
We'll get another win on the board.
That's it, yeah. So, I reckon that's just about it for this week in sport.
Yeah.
Pretty well covered most things, I think. So.
Thanks for tuning in. You're listening to us on Oz Sports Online.
Yep.
So keep up with the blog and keep tuning in. Thank you.
And also have a look at our Twitter account, Mad Mondays, and also our Facebook group, Mad Mondays with Patrick and Celeste.
On Facebook. Mad Mondays 13 on Twitter.
Yes, Mad Mondays 13. Yep. So get around us on those, and I'd like to see a couple of followers and a couple of likes on Facebook, and
we'd love to hear your feedback as well.
Yeah, that's it.
Anything you want to hear, anything where you don't like, do like.
Yeah, if there's any sports we're missing out on or anything, just shoot us through a message, or and I'm happy to do whatever.
Thank you.
Thank you.